If I had a dollar for every time someone asked me for a new construction home in the Woodlands, I would probably not be making videos still for YouTube, right? It just happens that often. And about somewhere midway last year, there was a community that popped up in that luxury price point, and not one of these clickbaity formal ways where it's kind of the spring, it's kind of Conroe. This is actually in the Woodlands. It's a small planned community. It's about 50 acres, not too huge, not too heavy on the amenities, but it is truly in the Woodlands, and I want you to take a look at it. They have two luxury builders here in Tri Pointe and Toll Brothers. Tri Pointe is down to one single family home, as well as their model home that will be coming. I'll show you that one here in a second. We still got some opportunities to build as well as inventory here with Toll Brothers, but I just want to go through. We're going to talk about schools, talk about what you're next to, all those things that you care about. If that sounds good, tag along with me. And so before we head into this Toll Brothers Boulevard plan out here in Enclave at the Woodlands, the last new construction community that will come to the Woodlands, they've carved out, like I said, a little bit of land here, and they have done this beautiful community surrounded by the trees in typical Woodlands fashion. But for those of you that don't know or aren't quite familiar as to why it's not as common, is because the planned development of the Woodlands happened in like the early 70s. And so everything that has kind of developed and been happening, we're literally in between like 7 different neighborhoods right now that happened 10, 15, 20 years ago, and they just carved out this little piece of land. And so one of the biggest reasons why you don't necessarily see a ton of options is just because most of the land has already been claimed, and it's been claimed for 10, 20, 30, 40, I think even 50 years, right? I think this community first started in like 72, 73. And so many opportunities to have enough land to do something like this just isn't as possible because it already happened. But enough of that yapping. Let's go in here and check out what the boulevard looks about, and let's talk about some other stuff that would be interesting to you for this community. So in typical Toll Brothers fashion, it's just a lot of wow factor. It's a lot of, man, just dream home vibes all throughout. I'm about to show you this tall ceiling up in here with this beautiful chandelier draped around the beams. It's just like, there's just touches that Toll Brothers give that most builders just don't give in the Houston Metro. And so I'm always excited to really see them and check them out. But man, let's get back to this house. It is stunning. Crazy, 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 crazy. And it's just every detail. It's the flooring. It's the thoughtfulness of the space. It's the design. It's just stuff that you get with Toll Brothers that you just don't get with everybody. Chef's kiss, chef's kiss. So as far as where we are about 10 minutes west of the mall and the town center for the Woodlands and the waterways. So super close. You're right off of Kirkendall and the Woodlands Parkway. So for proximity to everything that you kind of know, love, need about the Woodlands, you're 10 to 15 minutes from pretty much every part of it. And yeah, man, it's something that you just can't beat. And like I said, this is not intended to be one of those clickbaity videos. One of the things that I dislike the most about the YouTube space is we do a lot of things for the clicks and the views sometimes, and you'll be like something at the Woodlands, but it'll really be in Spring, or will it be in Conroe? And this is truly in the Woodlands, in the trees. And no disrespect to Spring or no disrespect to Conroe, I love both of those places for different reasons, but they aren't the Woodlands, right? And so this is what you can get out here. I'm loving this layout so far. I'm hoping that you're enjoying some of the touches. We're gonna get back in here, check out the primary bedroom, and then go upstairs to check out the rest of the home. Media room, nice little game room, Texas style game room. See a lot of these models putting one of these foosball or a pool table or something up here. And we'll go check out the other wing. I don't have much to say. This is a gorgeous home with this gorgeous view looking down from the balcony up top, or from the little catwalk up top. Tall ceilings, gorgeous details, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful layout. But what do you think? Do you like the Boulevard plan for Toll Brothers out here at the Enclave at the Woodlands? So what did you think about the gorgeous Boulevard plan for Toll Brothers out here in the Woodlands? I think that plan is stunning. It's around 3,000 square feet. They still have opportunities and lots to build that same exact floor plan in this community. They have about 20 to 30 lots left. Some are going to be inventory, but they still have about half of those available to build and design everything that you would want. The starting price on that one's going to be just under $700,000. Property tax rate is going to be just above 3%. I actually think it went down a little bit, so it's probably be like 2.9, 2.8, somewhere around there. So keep that in mind at the price point. If you don't have any specific homestead exemptions or other like VA exemptions that are going to bring that property tax down, you're going to expect to pay around 3% for a house out here. And so with the price point being like low sixes all the way up to $1 million and plus, that's something to definitely keep in mind. But now, keep that one in mind. We're gonna go and check out the model home that'll be coming up for sale soon for Tri Pointe, and let me know which one of these is your favorite. Stay tuned. Beautiful floors. Great detailing. What you about expect for a Tri-Point. Beautiful home. Beautiful home, very functional. Gives you the bells and whistles that you're willing to pay for. Super gorgeous option out here. And like I said, they kind of started their sales process like last summer, and so they kind of had a head start on Toll Brothers out here as far as getting going, and that's why they are so much closer to the end than Toll Brothers is out here. But this gorgeous model is going to be this exact home is going to be up for sale up here coming shortly, and once I get pricing, I'll definitely update you guys in the comment section or something down below. But looking at this house, I would say there's probably going to be, expect somewhere north of 800,000, probably closer to $1 million, just with the upgrades that I see in here. But let's check out the rest of the primary and get upstairs to check out the rest of the home. Loving the layout. I'm loving the layout. So Tomball ISD, if I didn't mention that before, one of the top suburb ISDs in the metro. There's not many cons that I have about this community other than I won't get a chance to sell a bunch of them because they are on their way to being closed out. It was, like I said, just a small little pocket in between the Woodlands, or existing communities in the Woodlands, that they were able to carve out for these two luxury builders. They split it down half and half, and we are coming down to the end. So other than the barrier of entry, which for some of y'all, actually a lot of y'all that reach out to me, the price point isn't the issue. It's more so going to be the availability when you are ready to do something out here. I think that this one is going to sell extremely well like it is currently doing. And I think on the resale market, this is going to be one of those ones where everybody kind of wants to get in it because the houses are going to be so luxury, so pretty, so premium by really great builders out here in the metro. And so, yeah, I think this is a great community. But if I had to nitpick about things that I don't necessarily like, the amenities are kind of lacking. You got a lack of space. If you only got, less than 100 acres, are you going to put a big pool and a huge park and all these things to kind of take away from the footprint of how many houses that you would put in here? I would say that the developer answered that question is no. We're going to put as many houses as we can get. And so the amenities are a little bit lacking. You do have some walking trails kind of throughout and around the community, just being a part of the Woodlands. But the Woodlands is really going to be the main draw with all the parks that are here, the waterways that are here, the shopping that is here. That's going to be the main draw, not necessarily the amenities here. The higher tax rate, and then, like I said, the price point is more than half the amount of what the average single family home sales price is in Houston, but that's to be expected in the Woodlands. For my clients that I've helped get up here, because there hasn't been so much of a new construction option up here, my clients have been paying way more money than they would pay somewhere else to be in the Woodlands for a house that needs a ton more work just to be in the Woodlands. And so at this price point, I think it's about fair. But those are the nitpicky things that I would be pulling on as things that I would say would be cons for this. It would be availability, lack of amenities, and property taxes, and that kind of like that barrier of entry just to get into something back here. But other than that, I got no complaints. Game room area is a nice size. Dedicated media space. Little baby catwalk, but everyone loves that Texas view from your second story downstairs. On this house, you got it on both sides with all the window feature. And then we got all the secondary bedrooms. Super pretty. So what did you think of that model? I believe it's called the Goldenheim plan for Tri-Pointe. I've seen similar plans in Dunham Point out there in Cypress. They have a ton of options out there if you are looking for a Tri-Pointe specifically. Tri-Pointe's kind of sprinkled throughout, but they usually typically play at this luxury size and price point in communities where there usually is just you, or it's usually just them and Toll Brothers, or them and another builder. They don't usually be everywhere with everyone. And so this is a special treat. We miss them outside of that model, but maybe I can help you find one. If you're just, enamored with Tri-Pointe, maybe I can help you find another one in a community either over here or out here in the Houston Metro. What did you think between those two? Which one would be your favorite? If I had to pick, I think that the layout of the Tri-Pointe is actually gorgeous, but the overall aesthetics of the Boulevard plan for Toll Brothers, I think, takes it for me. Let me know in the comment section down below which one you think did the best job today. So that is new construction homes in the Woodlands. This is the last opportunity that we know of to date. And if anything else comes up, I'll definitely be one of the first ones to let you know. But this is what we have as of right now. On the way out with Tri-Pointe, Toll Brothers has a few opportunities to build as well as inventory homes available to buy right now. Pricing going to be from mid-sixes all the way up to $1 million. Tax rate is around 3. Tomball ISD, gorgeous in the actual Woodlands, not clickbait, not in Spring, not in Conroe, not in Tomball, actually in the Woodlands, 10 minutes from the town center and waterways. It's really hard to beat. But what do you think? If so, if you're loving this model home tour and you loved this type of community, but you're not necessarily sold on the Woodlands, I definitely know that you're going to love this video right here.